This building was built in 1907, and it is, of course, now 100 years old. It used to have a back building that was a stone building on, and that was built in around 1852. And that was the jail prior to this front part. It had 2 stories to it, and it had cells, top and bottom. Then when they built this, then they made it so that it was wide open, and then there was a gymnasium in there. This is where they would have had the offices. So the warden's offices, then any of the other paperwork areas. This section right here is the one of the holding cells, a temporary holding cell. So if you walk in here, you get a good feel of how cramped the quarters would have been, and they could have peeked in. These are the areas where they had the women, and I'm guessing maybe that there were bunk beds in here because they have bathrooms. This is where they had a lever. This is the hanging hook. Supposedly one person was hanged here. And now, if you want to see these, you can go to the Policeman's Heritage Museum. We let John Stein, who runs that, he came and we let him take all of that so that it would be preserved. The way this is laid out, the guards could patrol the whole way around. And there's a total of 4 cell blocks per section, 7 cells per section, and a shower. In retrospect, I wish we would have taken pictures of the art because time is now reclaiming it. I'll show you a picture of Jimi Hendrix. Somebody did really well. That's going to be down on this side. But there's calendars of guys counting how many days they've been in here, counting how many days till they get out. If you look out behind you here, you can see what the old building used to look like. So you see it in the state that it's in right now. Now let me paint in some of the colors of what could be here and what was initially envisioned for in here. The idea behind the jail was when you came up the front steps, you would walk in, you'd be greeted by a prison guard or someone dressed as a prison guard. You would give them your name, and then you would go wait in a waiting area until your name was called for your particular cell block. There would be a restaurant on each floor. So for example, if you wanted to go to the Italian restaurant, then they'd call your name and escort you up to the Italian restaurant floor versus a seafood floor or a smorgasbord floor. Down on this level, we had spoken to McDonald's, and they were interested in having this side of the jail because they wanted to have a drive-through. So now use your imagination of seating in here, but yet it's all the yellow and red of McDonald's. But that's why the thinking is to have this be a destination place so that people would come for this restaurant one time, another restaurant another time, and that's why I think it could work well.